Hello friends. So in this video we'll be doing multiplication of algebraic expression and we'll be dealing with a monomial and a binomial. We have already done a video where we studied multiplication of two monomials, and monomial is when you have a single term, right? Whereas binomial is the case when you have two terms. So here if you look into this particular example, you can see a monomial which is 3x, right? And bracket means multiplication. Bracket represents multiplication. So you have 3x multiply 5y plus 2, and here you see 5y plus 2 means you have two terms, because of which we call it a binomial. So when you have a monomial and a binomial, to do the multiplication, what you need to notice is that this 3x, first I have to multiply it with first term in this particular binomial, right? You have to multiply 3x with the second term. Clear? So first I will do 3x times 5y, and you know that, okay, if I am multiplying 3x and 5y numbers, if I do, I get 15, right? 3 times 5 is 15, x times y is simply xy. Second thing what I will be doing is that I will be multiplying 3x and plus 2. So 2 times 3 is 6 and it will be 6x, right? So I have plus 6x. Clear? So basically you are multiplying this particular monomial with first term in the binomial, and then you are multiplying this monomial with the second term in the binomial. This is how we solve it. This is how we multiply a monomial and a binomial. Let's try another example. If you look into this example, first thing what I have to do is that I have to multiply 2x and 3x, right? So I multiply 2x and 3x, so 2 times 3 would be 6 and x times x would be x square, right? Because x raised to 1, x raised to 1, you have 2x, right? So 6x square it will be. Then I have plus, that is because it's plus 2x times plus 5xy, which means your answer should also be plus. So you multiply the numbers first, and 2 times 5 would give you 10, right? And x times x would give you x square, because you have exponents 1 in each case, and then you have a y. Clear? Now if you look into third example, here we have first a square times 2ab, which means you get 2 because there is no other number, and a square multiply a raised to 1 means you have a cube, right? And then you have b. So this part is done, right? Now I have to multiply a square with minus 5c. Please, square times 2ab, we got 2a cube b, and next what should we do? We have to multiply this a square with minus 5c. Keep sign in your mind, yeah? So it will be minus, isn't it? Because you have a plus minus coming together, so it's going to be a minus, right? Because multiplication, odd number of negatives, right? You have odd number of negative because this is positive. No sign means it is positive. So when you are multiplying this with minus 5c, you are having only one negative. So odd number of negative means your answer should also have a negative sign, and a square times 5c would be simply 5a square c, because you don't have any other numbers to multiply, and a you don't have in both the cases. So you're just gonna write the variable as such. Understood? When it comes to multiplication of a monomial by a trinomial, you know that trinomial means it has got 3 terms in it, right? So it will be same method, like you have a bracket where you have 3 terms in it. So the monomial that you have outside, you need to multiply with all the 3 terms in the trinomial. Let's look into an example. If you look into this example, I have a monomial and I have a trinomial, right? So first I need to multiply 3p with 4p square. So what am I going to do? Numbers I multiply, I get 12, and p times p square, I get p cube, because nothing means you put 1, p raised to 1 it will be, right? Now I have to multiply this with the second term in your trinomial, and it would be positive sign, because you have a positive, it's going to be simply positive. So 3 times 5 would be 15, and p raised to 1 means you have 3 square, right? and plus last term is 7 times 3p. So 7 times 3 you get 21 and then you have a p. Clear? So this is how we solve a multiplication of a monomial with a trinomial. Another type of example we have seen in the book is this, right? They have asked us to simplify this expression. We need to simplify this expression plus we need to evaluate using x is equal to 1, right? So first let us try simplifying this particular expression given. So you know that here it is multiplication of a monomial with binomial, and you know that when I am opening bracket I need to multiply x initially with this and then x with this one also, right? So first I will be doing x times x and x times x. I can simply put 1 here, so that x times x would be x raised to 2, right? Then x times minus 3. So I have a minus sign now because it's a positive and a negative. So you have x times 3 which is 3x. Then you have a plus 2, right? So this is how I have simplified my expression. Now they have asked us to evaluate this expression using x is equal to 1. So evaluation means you just simply substitute x value as 1. So here x square means you put it as 1 square minus 3 times 1, right? 3x is 3 times x. So 3 times 1. A bracket always represent multiplication. Then you have plus 2. So 1 raised to 1 is 1. So you have 1 minus 3 times 1 is 3. 1 minus 3 plus 2, right? So 1 plus 2 would be 3. 3 minus 3 would give you 0. Clear? Or else simply you can do 1 minus 3. 1 minus 3 would give you minus 2, right? Different sign to do the subtraction, put the sign of biggest number into the answer. So you get minus 2 plus 2 which will be equal to 0. Clear? So this is another form. They will simply ask you to simplify the equation further, simplify the expression further and then evaluate it by using the value of x given. Let's look into similar kind of example. So this given question is also same model. We have to simplify this equation further. Later we have to evaluate using the value of y given to us. So let's first try simplifying this equation. So you do the same thing. 3y when you are solving, you multiply first with 2y then with minus 7. So 3y times 2y. So 3 times 2 is 6. Y times y square. Yeah. Then you have 3y times minus 7. So you get a minus. 3 times 7 is 21 and you have a y. Clear? Now this case you have minus 3 times y which is going to give you minus 3y. And you have minus 3 times minus 4 which means you have now even number of negatives. So your answer should become a positive because it is minus 3 times minus 4, that will give me plus 12. Clear? And you have a minus 63 as such to copy paste, right? So here I have 6y square. Again these two are like term, right? Like both of them has got y. These are like terms, so which means I can simply subtract them, and minus 21y minus 3y which means same sign. So you add them, right? And 21 and 3 when you add it you get 24y. And biggest number sign goes to the answer. Then you have plus 12 minus 63, different sign. So do the subtraction. 3 minus 2 would be 1, 6 minus 1 would be 5. And biggest number is 63, sign of 63 goes to the answer when I solve this particular side. Clear? So this is my simplified expression. Now next thing they told us is to substitute minus 2, right? They told us to evaluate using minus 2. So you have 6, you have minus 2 square minus 24 times minus 2, then you have minus 51. So minus 2 square means it is minus 2 times minus 2, which means you will get plus 4, right? 6 minus 2 times minus 2, you have two negatives, right? Minus 2 times minus 2 means 2 negative, which means even number of negative. So you get a positive result, right? So it's going to be positive 4. Then minus 24 times minus 2, you have again two negatives, that is even number of negatives, so answer should be positive. And 24 times 2 means 2 times 4 would give you 8 and 2 times 2 4. Then you have minus 51. 6 times 4 you get 24 plus 48 minus 51. You have different sign, do the subtraction, right? And when you subtract them, biggest number sign should go to the answer, and 48, 49, 50, 51, which is 3. So you have 24 minus 3, which is 21. This is our final answer. So knowledge of integers is very important when it comes to algebraic expression. So you can just watch videos that I have put on integers. I can put the link on the description box. Moreover, if you simply go to playlist grade 7, you will find chapters on integers as well. Clear? So next example is about addition. They have asked us to add these two parts, right? They have asked us to add these two parts, but you can see that in each part there is a multiplication that I need to find first, because there is a monomial and a trinomial in both the cases. So I need to simplify them before I go for the addition. So let's simplify the first one. So here 4y times 3y square, that is the first thing I need to do. 4 times 3 would give me 12. Y times y square would give me y raised to 3, because 1 plus 2 you get 3. Then I have 4y times 5y. So it's positive because both of them are positive. You don't have to think anything about the sign. So 4 times 5 is 20, and y raised to 1 times y raised to 1 would give you y raised to 2. Then you have 4y times minus 7. So a plus and a minus. So you have odd number of negative, because one negative. So your answer should also have a negative sign. 4 times 7 is 28, and yeah, y will put it as such because there is no other variable. So first part is solved, and then let's look into second part. You have 2 to be multiplied with all the 3 terms. So it's quite easy. 2 times y cube would be simply 2y cube, because there is no other number to multiply and there is no other variable. Then 2 times minus 4y square would give a negative answer. 2 times 4 is 8. Then you have y square. 2 times 5 would be plus 10, because both of them are positive. Now these are the two equations that I need to add. So if I place it in the other order, 12y cube plus 20y square minus 28y, right? I have 2y cube. If I place the like terms under the like term, minus 8y square, then yeah, 4y times 7. Yeah, we have a plus 10, right? Which doesn't come under anything because it's a constant. And a plus 10. So we have to simply add them up, right? There is no need to change sign or anything. We have already checked videos on subtraction and addition. So when it comes to addition, there is nothing to do. You just solve them in line. Whereas when it comes to subtraction, we know that for the second expression, we need to change sign of each and every expression. Simply making minus into positive and positive into negative, right? Here you simply keep adding. So 12y cube plus 2y cube. So you get 14y cube plus 20y square minus 8y square. Different sign, do the subtraction. Biggest number sign goes to the answer. So you have a positive. 20 minus 8 is 12. So 12y square minus 28y, you copy paste, and plus 10 copy paste, because there is nothing to solve it further. Clear? Now this example is about subtraction, right? So before doing the subtraction, we need to simplify the equation further in order to make it into the form of subtraction. So here 3p cube multiplied by p, it's quite simple because there is no other number to multiply, so it's 3 only. P times p would give you p square, and you have q alone. Minus, yeah, because a positive and a minus means you put a minus. If you had both negative, you put a positive, whereas if you have one positive and one negative, you do negative. Clear? simply count the number of negative. Odd number of negative means put negative for the answer. Even number of negatives means put positive sign for the answer. Clear? So here we have, when we multiply this and this variable, we have only one negative, which is odd. So we have negative in the answer as well, right? 3p, and now q, I have 2q, right? So q raised to 1 multiply q raised to 1 would give me q square. And then this one 2pq times p. So 2p square q, because p raised to 1, p raised to 1. Then I have q raised to 1, q raised to 1, which will give me 2pq square. Clear? So we have solved, we have made them more simpler. Now we need to do the subtraction. So we can see that this expression needs to be subtracted from this expression, which means this should come first, right? So I'll put 2p square q plus 2pq square first, and then minus, which is my second equation, this one, right? And I need to see that it comes under same like term, right? So p square q comes under here, so I have 3p square q minus 3pq square, right? This is my second expression, and I have told you, when it comes to subtraction, just change the sign of your second expression. So no sign means it's positive, so you make it negative, and there is a negative sign already here, so you make it positive. Here, now you solve this, so it will become 2p square q minus 3p square q. So you have a plus 2 minus 3, which is gonna give you minus 1, because different sign, do the subtraction, biggest number sign, put for the answer. So basically minus 1 p square q plus 2p q square plus 3p q square. So simply addition, both are same sign, right? Both are positive. 2 plus 3 would give you 5, so you get 5 pq squared. You put this one or you don't put, it's the same, so you don't have to actually mention it. So you get minus p square q plus 5 pq square. Clear? So that's it. So when it comes to subtraction, just remember to change sign of the second expression. Then you can just solve it using the knowledge of integers. So we'll be doing exercise 9.3 on next video. So thank you for watching. Subscribe for more videos, and you can share the link with your friends as well, right? And let me know your feedback through comments. So okay then, bye.